Welcome to the Spiritual Connection Podcast. I am your host, Jill. In this podcast, we're going to be talking about your energy, their energy, manifesting, mindset, creating high vibrational healing for you, body work, the importance of massage and self-care, and much, much more. Let's get rolling. Everyone, and welcome to Om Shanti Healing's podcast, The Spiritual Connection. So happy to have you with us. I would love to introduce my new friend, Melissa Barton, out of Northern Colorado. She is a doTERRA rep. Say hello to the audience, Melissa.
Hello.
How long have you been doing doTERRA and selling doTERRA products, believing in doTERRA products?
Oh, well, that's kind of a funny story. So I actually have used essential oils close to 30 years. I started using essential oils when I was in my teens. My aunts and my mom introduced them to me to help with some of my skin, pimples, acne, all the things that I had going on when I was a teenager. And so I have been in the essential oil world for close to 30 years. Yes. Actually, yeah, at 30 years now. So that's dating me. But I love them. I love what they can do for the body, and pure essential oils make all the difference in the world. And the most important thing is purity when you are dealing with essential oils, because the industry is dirty. It's very dirty. You can easily make a synthetic lavender. You can make a synthetic orange. You can make all of these synthetic chemical essential oils and turn around and sell them. And what people often don't realize is that there are middlemen in the industry that will buy the pure ones, and they take the pure essential oils and then dumb them down with synthetic ones to make them go further. So yes, they can say this is pure lavender because a part of it is. There's not super regulation about it, and you can get junk, really. You don't even know what you're getting. So one of the things I always like to tell people is really look at the source. And as I learned purity and the importance of purity, that's how I found doTERRA. They actually have on their labels certified pure tested grade, which means that they have done both in-house and third-party testing for purity. So they aren't like, fudging the rules on their tests, that they're like really serious about purity. And the certified pure tested grade is important because with doTERRA's oils, we often encourage people to take them internally. So if you're looking at an essential oil, say off the shelf that you've bought at the store or somewhere, and it says not for internal use, if you're looking at something like a lemon or a wild orange or lavender, we use all of those fruits and plants. So why would you not be able to take them internally? Like lemon, we zest the peel and we eat the insides. There isn't any part of it that you can't take internally. So it should raise some questions sometimes when you're thinking, why can I not take this internally? What have you put in there? And then when you think about that, if you're putting it on your body or you're putting it in the air, whatever's in there that's not good for you to take internally, it's not good for you to put on you or smell either. So keeping just that in mind is really important. And so that purity from doTERRA, you can take these oils internally. You can put them on your body. We actually have formulas that are great for moms and newborns and babies and kids and the whole family because we know they are safe. So that's part of how I come to find doTERRA. But the biggest piece for me was I was looking for something to help as I went through like the whole perimenopause and shifting into menopause and dealing with my hormones and all the things that come with that. So that's a whole nother topic there.
Let's talk about that for a little while, because I think that would be that would definitely hit part of my niche market, that are listeners and massage clients. So share with us what you think would be a good solution to some perimenopausal symptoms? Like, what oils do you favor in regards to maybe elevating the mood,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps helping with hot flashes,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
insomnia,
Yeah. I've got
maybe irregular bleeding,
I've
things
definitely
like
got
that. What do you favor in regards to those oils to help those that are kind of leaning into this change of life?
yes. So first, let's talk about mood. Anything with balancing your mood, I want to just say leaning towards tree oils and florals, things like that are going to help ground and balance and lift your mood. Citrus oils are very cheery. So we actually have an emotional aromatherapy line within doTERRA that can help with all of these different mood things. And so I would encourage anyone who's really working on stuff with mood to let's get to what it is. So that's a little bit different shift in there because it could be lack of sleep, which that means we need to work on your sleep pattern. It could be a nutrition thing, and I'm going to get into both of those in just a minute. So when we talk about mood, that goes a little bit deeper. And so oils obviously work when we smell them with our brain. They work with our skin and our body when we put them on, and then also when we take them internally. But the biggest thing is finding where you need to focus with when it comes to mood. Secondly, hot flashes. Have I got the cure for you? It's amazing. So two things. One, get peppermint oil, and you can just put peppermint on the back of your neck, on the bottoms of your feet. Peppermint naturally cools down the body. I share this. I do a lot of markets and booths, and I work out with the public a lot. And in the middle of summer, when people are walking by, I'm like, would you like some peppermint oil to cool off? And the best thing is the women are usually like, yeah, I'll try it. But guys are like, yeah, right. Super silly. Of like looking at me like I'm silly. And they're like, sure, try me, like they just think I'm so silly. And I put it on and they put it on the back of their neck. And within a couple of minutes, they're like, well, that really works. I'm like, yes, it sure does. So peppermint is so good. In fact, a lot of the hospitals around here in Northern Colorado and around the country actually use doTERRA in their hospitals. And specifically peppermint is one of them for a couple of reasons. One, it's really good at reducing fever. You put it on the bottoms of the feet and you can slowly bring down fevers and body temperatures. Super helpful for that. And the second reason that a lot of them use it is for women who are having trouble, maybe say after giving birth or just in general, voiding, going to the bathroom. Their bladders, they're having trouble because they're real tight or their muscles are messed up or whatever the case may be. Drop peppermint oil in the toilet water or put it on like a cotton ball and just kind of let the aromatic menthol of the peppermint relax. That's the word I'm looking for. Relax the muscles. And a lot of times that helps then to have help with the peeing process. I know that's a little funny, but
Probably just not a good idea to apply it to your lady parts right
do
after
not put it
birth.
on.
Just want
No.
to put that out there. Do not put it on your skin after
Yes.
you have given birth. That could send you through the ceiling. Not a good
Correct.
idea. Not a good
Yeah,
idea.
just use it to relax the muscles. So that being said, peppermint is also good to relax muscles. It's very good for if you're just, I don't know, I use it if I have a headache or head tension and a neck tension, anything like that. It's really
Yeah.
good. You can also doTERRA's peppermint because it's good to take internally. You can put a couple of drops in water and sip it. I say doTERRA's because a lot of people probably have peppermint sitting on their shelf, and I don't encourage people to take that internally because I don't know that product. So I'm being very careful about what I'm saying because I don't want you to be
Yeah.
sick if it has something else in it.
Right.
So it all
It'll be indicated on the bottle, do not ingest.
you got it. You
You
got
want
it.
to look for that for
Yes.
sure. But
Yes.
peppermint's great. I have doTERRA. I have tons of doTERRA. I am a firm believer in the products and have been using them for a long, long time. And I really love peppermint for like an upset stomach. And
Yes.
I put a drop of it in just like a cup of hot water as if I had a tea bag in there.
Yep.
Just one drop is all you really need.
It's
And it's
perfect.
like a cup of mint tea. It's
Mm-hmm.
great. And you can do that with the citrus oils too. If you want a cup of like lemon tea, you can use
Yes.
the oils or the grapefruit, really very refreshing.
Yes.
Yep.
Exactly. Ginger is another good one.
Ginger's a
Ginger
great
is
one.
great. Yes, exactly. So with that peppermint for your hot flashes, you can put that a little bit, several drops, 5, 10 drops in a bottle with some water, shake it up, and you can keep it in the refrigerator and spray that on. Ooh, that's a really nice one for helping with your hot
Yes.
flashes.
And
So
it's great at the end of the day at the beach when you're like
yes,
sunburned and
yes,
crispy fried
very
from being outside all
cooling,
day.
refreshing. Absolutely.
Very
Highly
good stuff.
recommended. Throw some lavender in there for the sunburn. Yep.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I
Very.
have. Oh, and you know what else peppermint's great for is fungus gnats on your plants and like
Yes.
spider mites.
Yes.
I have a little spray bottle with just water mostly, a little drop of dish soap and peppermint oil. Shake it up and you spray it right on the little cobwebs on your plants. And if you have like little fungus gnats that are flying around, spray it in the soil because it dries out their wings.
Mm-hmm.
And the wings, they can't fly and then they die and it kills the larva and it
Yes.
kills the little spider mites. It dries them out. The peppermint's astringent
Yes.
and it dries out their tiny little bodies and it kills them. So that's a brilliant
Absolutely.
one for houseplants, guys, that you don't have to have any chemicals
Yeah.
on your plants inside your house. And you can put it on your garden plants too.
Yeah.
Your
It's
annual potted plants, anything that you need to spray and it'll kill those little bugs.
yes, I love peppermint. It's one of those go-to oils. There's kind of a top five that if you just want to get started with essential oils, and peppermint is definitely one of them. Lavender, lemon, with
Let's talk
doTERRA, I
about some
really like.
benefits of lavender in regards to hormones, perimenopause, maybe anxiety, and then we can maybe,
Yes.
there's so many other things that is good for, but let's start with like female hormones and talk on that
Mhm.
because everybody knows what lavender oil is. A lot of people have it at home. It's one of the more common ones, right? It's known
Mhm.
for helping relaxation. It's good for calming the nervous
Yes.
system, helping with anxiety, things like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I really like to have people who are really high stress. When we're that cortisol is really high in our body. doTERRA has a blend called Shinrin Yoku. It's blended specifically to reduce cortisol in the body. They did not scientific studies, but just studies with several people in that it lowered cortisol when they diffused Shinrin Yoku with lavender at night by their bed throughout the night up to 90% in a lot of people. So really high stress people were coming down out of all that crazy stress and getting good solid sleep. And what that does then is allow all your body and your synapses and your hormones and everything to calm down because all of those work together, and reducing that cortisol then allows you to get good solid sleep, which then in turn allows your hormones to work properly. And it's just all kind of a little bit of a cycle there. So that lavender is a really good one to help with relaxation. A lot of people will have it in a roller and they'll keep it and roller on their pulse points throughout the day to just keep stable. Between that and Shinrin Yoku, I have a lot of success with people just staying not so like I can't, the description of like stress, that just tenseness and that, ah,
Right. It lowers the baseline, if you will.
yes, lowers the baseline. That's the words. That's perfect. Yeah.
Very
So that's
familiar with that. That
pretty.
must be a new blend because I've never heard of that one before. Is that one that you can ingest or is that just like topical or diffusing?
Yep, topical and diffusing. A lot of times we only have topical or diffusing because usually there's an oil in there, say like arborvitae or something that we wouldn't naturally take internally. Um, so we don't typically recommend certain oils to be taken internally just because of their nature of them. Doesn't mean that if you accidentally took Shinrin Yoku internally, is it going to hurt you? No, it's not going to hurt you. But I wouldn't, make it a regular thing. But if you happen to pop Shinrin Yoku in your drink, it's okay. Don't panic.
No
You're
panic.
okay.
You
But
probably won't. You might not enjoy the flavor.
the flavor might not be great, but it won't hurt you. And it is amazing, like the way it smells, and it's wonderful. So yeah.
Good, very good. So, hormones, lavender and peppermint. What else do you have in mind?
Okay, going back to this menopause thing. So I want to talk about basic nutrition. When we think about our bodies and even our health and our wellness and our lifespan and everything that we're looking at, we kind of have what Doterra calls the foundational wellness of a health pyramid, our wellness pyramid, which is nutrition and digestion. Then we go up to movement and metabolism, rest and stress management, reduce toxicity, informed self-care, and then proactive medical care. So that's going up the pyramid, right? So we start at the base with nutrition and digestion. And this is where I was off when I was going through all of my perimenopause and different things. We often treat so much the symptoms instead of really getting to the root cause of things. And I knew I needed a good multivitamin supplement. Actually, pretty much everyone does. We do not get the nutrients from our food that we used to. It's just impossible. Our soils are not what they used to be. I'm a farm and ranch kid, so I'm all about support agriculture and farming and clean practices and organic and all the things. But I can tell you, you can go to the store and get all the best of the best, but you still will not get the same nutrients today that you did 50 years ago or 20 years ago. I mean, we all know that. That's pretty standard in the industry that we know that. So what I really appreciated about doTERRA and what I was looking for was a great multivitamin supplement to help level that base level, my foundation, my nutrition and digestion. And I was looking for a really good probiotic to help with that digestive process. Those are so key. doTERRA, back when I got started, had their lifelong vitality, and they still have it. It's still available, but they have now come out with their vitamins, minerals, greens. It's called VMG Plus, and it's a powder that you mix with water, and it has all your vitamins, all your minerals, all your greens, all your superfoods, and it's bioavailable. It's methylated, so those who have the MTHFR gene mutation, which just means you aren't able to absorb B vitamins and folate, you can absorb these. And they did a lot of clinical studies with this that show that they get about 80% absorption in the body of all of these vitamins and minerals. You are lucky with your supplements, any other supplements, to get 12 to 20%. That's kind of the average of absorption. So think about that. You're getting 80% of this absorbed into your body. That's incredible. And they did in these studies find that they went to full efficacy in the body at 2 hours. And by 8 hours, they had not even reached their half-life. They were still working in the body after 8 hours. So what does that mean for you? What does that mean for someone that was, going through all these crazy hormonal things and needed some balance, needed a good foundation nutritionally? That means that at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when you're feeling tired and you're feeling like your body needs more iron and you're needing those vitamins. And most of the time they aren't there because whatever you took that morning, you only got about 20% of it and it was gone. Probably, I mean, best case scenario, you kept it until lunchtime and then it was out of your system. So at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon when you're needing it, it's not there. And so then you go into the spiral of, oh my goodness, I'm tired. Oh, my hormones. Oh, my mood. I'm just, everything just starts happening. So once you have that foundational nutrition, and you're getting good supplements that are sticking with you and giving your body what it needs, it calms down. All of that really calmed down for me once I got that basic nutrition in my body, and it was amazing. The other piece that goes with that foundation is your digestion. I mean, we know that our gut is our second brain. We know that it kind of controls our brain. I mean, all those hormones that we're talking about run through our gut. I mean, that's
Call the
the
gut the
vital.
second brain.
That's why they call it the second brain. Exactly.
Dictates your mood, what's in your gut, and your anxiety levels, your stress levels, your sleep
Every
levels.
Yes.
Everything is
Mm-hmm.
regulated by what you put in your body. Very true.
Absolutely.
And I
Yes.
love the idea that it's a powder form because I am not a fan of swallowing pills.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely hate it. So I lean
Yes.
towards supplements that are liquid form or powder
Liquid.
form that I can put into a smoothie
Yes.
or just mix in a shaker bottle with something else and get my intake in. And you can tell the difference when you take it on a regular basis that your body is absorbing it because you
Yes.
feel different.
You feel,
Things
yes.
change.
And you
Right. And it's
notice.
not, and
Yes.
when you take supplements in like pill form,
Mhm.
unless they're super high quality, you're just going to poop them out.
Yep.
Sometimes the
Got it.
whole thing, it doesn't
The
digest
whole
at
thing. It
all.
doesn't absorb at all. The
It
whole thing
doesn't
comes out.
absorb at
Yes.
all. And there's, if you
Yes.
Google it, there's specific, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but there's specific brands that are known for that you
Yes.
can buy at the grocery stores.
Are correct. Yes.
Yeah.
They're
And like you're just basically sending money down the toilet because you're not getting any benefit from it at all.
correct.
So I love the idea of the vitamins in powder form. That's also kind of a new thing because when I was in doTERRA, it was the 3 bottles, the
Yep.
VitaPack, right?
Lifelong vitality. Uh-huh.
Yep.
Me.
And there was a lot of pills there was a lot of pill taking to get that intake in.
Mm-hmm.
And that turned me off to it. Like
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like it's
Can't do
really
that.
hard for me to
Oh,
like it's a mental block from
yeah.
my throat issues that I've had.
Mm-hmm.
So the powder form is the way that I would go,
So
you
I have
know,
some
to
exciting news
get
to
that
share
in
with.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so not only do we have that powder form for that, we actually the omega uh it is amazing. First of all, it is a pill, but I really share with everyone it has wild orange essential oil in with the fish oil. And every single person, I have them try them. I pull it out. It's a fairly large fish oil pill. So anyone who doesn't like to take pills is like, oh no, I'm not going to take that. But I say, bite it, chew it up, just chew that up. They look at me like I'm crazy. I do it first every single time, and they still think I'm crazy. And I hate fish. I'm just not a fish girl. I'm a farm and ranch kid, so fish is kind of foreign for me. So I tell them this does not taste like fish. It tastes like a little mandarin orange. Like when you bite it, it tastes like orange because they put wild orange essential oil in with the fish oil to help it from going rancid. Almost all fish oil on the market, everybody says to me, when I take omegas, when I take fish oil, I burp it up. It's because it's already rancid and you're burping it up because your body's like, this is gross. So adding that wild orange essential oil keeps it fresh and it tastes yum. So you don't have to swallow big pills. So a lot of moms will mix the VMG greens and then they cut the end off of these little omegas and squeeze it into the greens for their kids. So their kids get the omegas, they get the nutrition from the greens. And we have a probiotic that's in a sachet. It's called PB Assist sachets. And it's a probiome complex that has your prebiotic and probiotic in it. And you can pour that right into the mix and kids love it. It's amazing. And so do adults. So it's a great way. And
Very good. Yeah, I
too.
bought those
Yeah.
for my kids when they were younger, and they had fun making their smoothies with them.
Yeah. So the omegas are amazing and part of the foundational wellness bundle. I will say, if you can swallow a pill, the better probiotic is the PB Restore. It's a double encapsulated capsule. It's not huge, but the exterior capsule has your prebiotic in it. And then the interior capsule has the probiotic, postbiotic, and phages. Now, there's a lot of science that you can throw in here, but here's the Melissa terms of what those four things are. Prebiotic is your food for your probiotic. Your probiotic needs a home in your digestive tract, and that's your postbiotic. Your postbiotic cannot attach and do good things in your gut if there's a bunch of bad stuff in there. So phages go in and kick out all the bad stuff. And so it leaves you with a great, healthy microbiome in these four steps. When you go and you pull other different probiotics on the market, there aren't, actually, I don't know if any that have the four steps. There might be one now. I heard somebody talk about one at one of my booths. They said, I think somebody else has this, and I haven't had a chance to research it yet. But as far as I knew, up until recently, we were the only one that had those four steps. And the fact that it's double encapsulated allows the exterior capsule to go through your stomach acids, and the prebiotic then gets dissolved in there and allows that little capsule with your probiotic, postbiotic, and phages actually to get down into the gut where it needs to. And then that prebiotic follows through the stomach and gives it all the food and everything it needs. So it actually goes where it's needed. So instead of having 5 gazillion, bajillion, types of probiotics in this one, you don't need as many because it's all getting where it needs to go. And it's not all dying in your stomach acids before it gets there.
Right. Yes. Very
So,
cool. Yeah, I've seen those before. I used to take them, and it is a very cool concept,
yeah. Yeah.
and you
Double
definitely can
encapsulation.
feel
Mhm.
the difference.
Yeah.
I took them for years, a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I felt I took the pack, and it was great.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I stopped because of the pills,
The
swallowing the
pills.
pills. But
Right.
now that there's like a powder form, it makes me
There's
very
powder
curious
form.
to learn
We'll
more
have
about
to
that.
talk. I'll reintroduce you to doTERRA.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Very nice. Cool. So, um, anything else that you want to talk on regarding hormones? We talked on peppermint and lavender, and then the importance of balanced nutrition for gut health and mood, and just bone health too, right? Is part of
Mhm.
it as we get
Mhm.
older, for skin health and all of those things to avoid osteoporosis and things like that, and arthritis. And these vitamins, I'm assuming, have everything in there to help preventative things down the road as well.
We do. The VMG has a lot of that already in it, and there is a bone nutrition complex that you can take in addition, but those are pills. So, but they're capsules. So if you wanted to just open them up and put them right in with your VMG greens, you can do that too. I have a lot of people who can't swallow pills. So we definitely open things up and put them right in with our mixture. So if you want that extra calcium and bone nutrition, you can get that. We have an amazing phytoestrogen that has helped a lot of my teens who are going through just heavy, difficult, awful periods, and that monthly time where their mood and everything is just off the charts and cramps are bad. I just got off the phone a couple hours prior to this with someone whose daughter started on the phytoestrogen and had amazing results on it, helping her with her cycle, just regulating it, less fluctuation in moods, not so much cramping. She felt so much better, and she ran out of them, and she had a month without it, and she's like, I need that. That is the thing that helps me. And I know a lot of people get really worried about taking a phytoestrogen, but first of all, I want to tell you, doTERRA has done a lot of research, and there's a lot of science backing the phytoestrogen from doTERRA. And the best way I can describe taking the phytoestrogen from doTERRA is when your estrogen is passing through, think of these little grooves along the pathway that it's passing through. And estrogen, the ones we don't want that cause cancer and do all these bad things in our body, get stuck up in those little grooves along the way. And that's what then starts creating issues. Well, what phytoestrogen does is it goes and it fills in those holes. So it allows the bad estrogen to pass on by and keep on moving through our system, because we need estrogen. We just don't need it to build up and get so much and become then troublesome in our system. So there's a lot to this, and I could probably spend an hour on just phytoestrogen in this particular topic. So if someone is really interested and wants to learn more about this, I would suggest two things. One, you can go to my website, which I know we're going to talk about later. Reach out to me and schedule an appointment. We can talk more about it, or you can just go to doTERRA's website, which you can link to on my site. If you have questions, please reach out to me, because there's a lot to that. It's not, I have a lot of women say, I don't want to take that, until they sit down and they really learn, oh, okay, there's good estrogen, there's bad estrogen, there's, it's not all bad, is what I want to say.
Yeah, and it's important to really get educated on that as we get older. And I have a 17-year-old daughter, and she has some struggles, with that cramps and stuff, and really it takes her out, for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
kid.
I'll definitely take a peek on the website and read a little bit more about that.
Yes.
And see if it maybe would help her
Yes.
with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It helped me level out a bunch of, because I was all over the place. So once I overcame my fear of, phytoestrogen, I'm like, I gotta research this, and I started taking it. It was night and day different. I can't even say how good it was for me. I was taking all the vitamins and everything, but adding that phytoestrogen and bone complex to it, it was like, oh. And the third piece that I took that was unbelievable and amazing, and I'm going to tell the whole story because it's kind of funny. When I started having hot flashes and going through everything, I knew kind of what I was needing. Obviously, supplementation. I had a lot of things that on my list that I was looking for, but the hot flashes were freaking me out. I mean, it was a lot. And I started making my peppermint. That helped, but I don't want to just cover up what's going on and, get through them with peppermint oil. I want to fix this. And so at the time, my mom was living with us, and she was really, really sick. And it was in the middle of the pandemic. So we were not taking her to the hospital because the hospitals were full with COVID patients. So there was a nurse that was coming to our house to administer IVs and help us with her and take care of things with her. And so I started talking to the nurse, and I said, hey, I just kind of want to know some options for hot flashes and my hormones and what I have going on. And she mentioned to me NAD plus. And I thought, I don't know what that is. So I started researching it. And basically NAD plus is our cell turnover. it starts declining at roughly age 25 in all of us. We're just not turning over cells. That youthfulness is going away, right? And so that decline starts happening, and it's due to the fact that we don't have that NAD plus and that cell turnover that we need in our bodies. This is the very Melissa explanation of this. There's NAD plus is a very long word that even if I said it, I probably wouldn't say it right. No one would know what I was talking about unless you're a nurse or a doctor or someone. And so I just say NAD plus. And the second thing that she said is you can get injections with them. NAD plus is now required. You have to have a prescription. At the time, it was not something you had to have a prescription for. So I did a little research, and the one she was telling me to do, it was synthetic, and I wasn't keen on that because I've always been a very natural girl. I didn't want to put something synthetic in my body. But by the next time she came, I was dying. I'm like, all right, I'm going to try it. So each injection, one injection was around $100. And so it lasted about 2 weeks. So I always laugh and I joke, I had $200 buns. Because I had 101 and 100 in another 2 weeks later. And it was killing me financially. And I didn't love that I was putting something synthetic in. So what saved me was Doterra that year came out with a natural form of NMN, which is the precursor to NAD plus. And this NMN then helps to create that NAD plus in the body and gives you that cell turnover. So I got on this, which is actually a collagen that's from Doterra. It's MetaPower Advantage Collagen. This was a game changer for me. So not only was I putting something natural in my body, but it actually within the month did even better than what I was getting from those injections for 2 reasons. One, I was getting 9 forms of collagen in my body. Most collagen on the market, whether you're going to Vital Protein or, any of those that are out there, I think the most I've seen is around 6. We had 9. Why is that significant? Because our body has 28 forms of collagen in it. It's anywhere from collagen around our brain. We have collagen around our organs, collagen in our joints, collagen throughout our muscles. Collagen is everywhere in our body. It's not just hair, skin, and nails. Everyone thinks, oh, I need collagen. My hair's falling out. This is happening. This is happening. Collagen is important for a number of reasons. And when you do 9 forms, like what Doterra has done, you're getting a really good cross section of the collagen that is needed in your body to start replenishing what's going on in there. So not only was I getting this great collagen, I was getting the NMN that I needed, and there's resveratrol in there. There's liposomal vitamin C. There is so much packed into this amazing powder formula that you mix in water. You can pop it in your smoothie. Do not put your collagen in your coffee. That's yuck, and it kills all the good things. So put it in water, then mix it into your smoothie and give it a chance to do what it needs to do. So collagen, so key. Once I started my little regimen of my vitamins, minerals, greens, everything that I had, and added in collagen, my body has become happy. And I don't think I've had a hot flash in months. I feel better. I've leveled back out. So you can help your body with just getting that foundation and getting that set. And it's amazing.
Really great information. Yeah. There's a lot of benefits to having the education around what these things mean, all these acronyms, right?
Right.
What does all this stuff mean? And getting a bit of info on how this can help. What does it mean? What does it do? How does it work? So thank you for that. You're well versed in all of that good stuff. So I have a question for you though.
Okay.
If we can kind of shift gears.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts around memory loss with aging and possibly teetering into dementia or Alzheimer's? Is that something that could be slowed down with nutrition? Have you heard of anything? I know I'm kind of catching you
Yes.
off guard here, but
Hi.
with
I
doTERRA, like, is there anything that they kind of recommend for brain health in general that
yeah,
could potentially slow things down for someone that's struggling a lot?
I understand exactly what you're asking. And before I dive any further, I really need to say I'm not a doctor. So if you guys have deep questions and you want to talk with me, please do. But I always say to you, please grab the supplement sheets, grab the things and take them to your doctor, whether it's a functional wellness doctor, whether it's a holistic doctor, whether it's your MD, and take all the information and do what's best for you. I'm not saying that what worked for me is going to work for every single person out there. So that's really important. And I probably should have led with that way before I dove into this. And that's why it's really important. And I say, please, before you just hop on and start taking things and ordering things willy-nilly, get with me, get with someone, and let's figure out what your body needs. And we're going to tweak things along the way so that it's for your body and what's best for your body. Now, when we start talking about the brain, I'm going to go back to my foundational wellness because so often that second brain, our gut, is what is causing a lot of trouble with our clarity of mind, our thinking, our just feeling good. When you get that basic nutrition and that basic digestion and you get your gut and all of that right, many other parts of our bodies work better. Now, I am not saying that this is a cure, a fix, or anything like that, but I will say from helping my mom to helping several other close family members and friends in my life with clarity. I'm going to just, I hate to use brain fog. I like to use the word clarity because that's really what people are like, what is wrong with me? Once you get some of those basics squared away, that stuff starts clearing up as well. And doTERRA does have an amazing cleanse. And actually, I have a group of people that are starting tomorrow on a 90-day reset cleanse that involves cleansing out cellular, like your cells, all your major organs, and even cleanses parasites. It's a phenomenal cleanse. It's light when it comes to like heavy metal detox. You need something a lot stronger and it's a little bit different program, but this is very good for cleansing out major organs. And a lot of times once people go through a good, healthy, safe, gentle cleanse, that's what this is. You're not going to be like run into the bathroom or feeling major difficulties. It's great. You will start to just function better and feel better because all of those pieces are working now in a more healthy way, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you kind of brought us back to the gut because that is true. And this particular individual that I'm thinking of has a pretty bad sugar addiction.
Mm-hmm. And sugar is your
So,
worst enemy for your brain.
right,
Yep.
right, very much into the sweets, and that could be definitely causing a lot of the problem. And the heavy metals also kind of triggered something for me too, to maybe look into that for this specific person, because they did have major open heart surgery, and they
Mm-hmm.
had to get metal plates screwed into their sternum and ribs to close the sternum
Yeah.
up so it could heal. And they
Mm-hmm.
had that metal in their chest for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now they're showing signs of decline with short-term memory. And I'm like, you just like really opened my eyes to maybe doing a little research around that.
Heavy
If
metal toxicity is
heavy
a
metals could be causing some problems, and maybe this person needs to do like a really deep metal detox.
they do.
I'm going
And
to
I
talk
can
to
give
their
some,
caretaker about that.
yeah, I can give you some contacts for that and some information for that. And I can even talk more about that. I just don't know that I want that on recording.
Of course, right. Yes,
It's not
it's
my
out into the
specialty.
world. You got to be careful what you say. I know. Yes,
I want to be really careful.
We're good.
And you're going into an area that not everybody agrees with you, and it's not.
Yeah.
You have to really be careful with that. So
it's definitely a lifestyle shift and a mindset shift.
Yes,
to be using these kinds of products. And
right. doTerra's cleanse does pull, like lemon essential oil. It is not going to pull a lot, but it's a great detoxifier. You can put that in your water. You can drink it 2 drops, morning, noon, night, all throughout the day. Like do it like 10 times, 2 drops, 10 times, drink it. It's going to start pulling, but you want to be careful to make sure that you're getting some sort of binder with that, whether you're taking some fiber, something to make sure that you're voiding when you're doing any sort of detox. Your number one most important thing is that you're going to the bathroom a minimum of 1 time a day, preferably 2 to 3 times. And when I say going to the bathroom, I'm not talking number 1, I'm talking number 2. You've got to get the stuff out, or you are just intoxicating yourself with the gunk, because you'll pull it has no place to go. So it either A, comes out in a rash on your skin, gives you headaches, it's just like, I don't know where to go with this, and then reabsorbs somewhere else. So detox and cleanse, you want to be careful. So
and tons of water.
Tons and tons of water.
Yeah.
And yes. And you want to make sure you're pooing. That's the key.
Yeah.
That goes back.
That's how you detox, right? It's gotta go somewhere.
You're going to that gut health every single time.
Yeah.
People are not going to the bathroom 1 to 2 times a day because they don't have good gut health. And then as a result, you have this pattern. So that's why I always go back to the foundation: proper nutrition, proper digestion, and you'll see a huge improvement in your life.
Yeah. Great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
This has been fun, educational.
Yeah, thank you.
Eye-opening. You're inspiring me to use my doTERRA products more often. For sure.
I do want to share that if people are interested in ordering doTERRA, they can go to my website. My website is actually sandsnowlove.com. And Sand Snow Love is my husband and I. He grew up on the beaches of California, and I'm a Colorado girl, born and raised. So he's a surfer. I love the snow. So Sand Snow, and we grow with love. We help people really, because it's not about money. It's about love and care and making sure that people are getting what they need. And so Grow with Love is just kind of our tagline, but sandsnowlove.com. And on there, you can save 25% by shopping with me. And you also get your membership waived. That is not the case. If you just go to doterra.com, you can save the 25%, but they're going to charge you a $35 membership fee. So by shopping at my website, you can get that $35 fee waived, and then you can save the 25% on everything.
Fabulous. Awesome. So I will put Melissa's website down into the show notes, and any other links that you might want to add, she's going to send over to me, and I'll put them down in the show notes for you guys to look at later. Thank you so much for your time. This has been fabulous, and hopefully we can have you on again in the future.
I would love that.
We could talk more oils and share some other cool stuff that you have educated yourself on. That would be great.
Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Melissa. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
That's a wrap for today, folks. Thanks for spending the time with me. And don't forget to check the notifications below on my social media links, my YouTube channel with self-care and meditations, as well as my omshantihealing.com website, where you can get info on spiritual coaching and my online courses. And as always, if you do enjoy my podcast, don't forget to subscribe or sponsor below. We'll talk to you soon. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Bye-bye.